I'm gonna start at this box with my home run. My home run, that's the wire is gonna go back to your breaker. So I'm gonna come here. Then I'm gonna jump over the door to that switch, and then I'm gonna come down to the receptacles around the wall, then back up over top of that door, and then I'm gonna come down, finish that receptacle and one outside. Anytime you got these rolls of wire like this spool right here is a must have, because if you don't, the wire is going to coil and won't pull well. It's always going to be spring, like a spring. So that wire spool is a must have when you got roller wire like that. I have the wiring diagram in my head. I use it when I'm pulling wire. I've been wired it in my whatever I'm working on in my head several times. So what I like to do, I start at the end and work my way back. A lot easier, because if you don't, you'll be stopping and starting and stopping and starting. Especially like if you up in a ceiling, if you up in the ceiling of a house pulling wire, you need to be able to see what you're doing in your mind and work from the end and work the way back. Set outside, reset. Those wires need stapled, and I just come back and staple them later. Now I'm going to come from this receptacle, and I'm going to jump over the door to that and piggyback over that receptacle right there. Reason I'm doing that, I don't need to feed these switches hot right here, because they three-way switches, and I have the other half of it at the other door. I'm going to feed it hot on that side and just have my switch legs, and the switch leg is the wire that's going to the light itself. Several ways you can wire a three-way switch, but one of the simplest ways is to put your power in one side and put your switch legs on the other side. Because if you don't, then you'll use red and white trowels instead of red and black and blah, blah, blah. So for me showing you, put your power in one box and your switch legs in another box. See how smooth that wire is pulling? That's why I tell you to use a spool. A spool is a must have. Now, a lot of times, when I say work my way backwards, I'll pull this wire all the way back this way, and then just cut what I need and stick it in the box. So I'm going to do like I told you, I'm going to work my way backwards. I'm not going to go in that box yet. Pulling enough slack out. this switch. Tuck it in this corner right here. Don't need no slack. So go in this box. Cut it. Make sure I got enough slack. Get back to that box. I'll come back and work on that corner because I might have to notch that out. Pull my wire. Make sure I got enough to go all the way back down to that receptacle. Cut it off. Stick it in from the top. It's a little rough doing this and filming, but I want to show in real life how stuff is done. I look at a lot of videos where they have little things set up and then show you. And you know, for people that haven't been around this, don't know. So I want to show you exactly how it's being done. I just went ahead and chipped that corner out, took my roughneck, cut it out. Like I say, I got to put a nail plate on it anyways. If you've been looking at my videos, you should know what a nail plate is. But if you don't, you'll find out. And I'm running switch leads for my lights. Then one light right outside the door. I'm gonna put a light on the corner right there and have it just shine two different directions. Put that in the box. Make sure I have enough slack so I can staple it to my 2x4. I see a lot of people that pull wire, they just pull it. But you should identify it. Several reasons. One, so you know exactly what is what and you don't have to think about it. And two, if somebody help you, if you got a system. So what we always did, we'd notch that wire like that so we know it's the switch lead. That's the wire going to your light. You can also write on it too if you have a Sharpie with you. I have this notched out for my switch lead. So I know this is wire going to a light. I'm also going to write on it. Then put OSL outside light. That's what we would do, or in this case, it's going to be a flood light. Now I'm going to run a switch lead to this light right here in the center. This is a metal box, so I'm going to put me a ground screw in now. Going back to my switch box, cut it off. Give me a little room so I can staple it. I'm also going to notch that one for a switch lead. Then I'm going to mark it OHL for overhead light. When you're wiring, it's good if you can keep all that stuff in your head. So see, I got to hop back on this side and finish my circuit. So I got to come from this switch over here down to that receptacle. So the only thing left to complete this circuit is to run my home run back to my breaker. So I know where my hole will be at when I get up under there. I take this piece of wire, I'm going to stick it down now, about a foot down, so I know where my hole will be at. Try to show you all I can. So I'm under the crawl space. That's that wire I stuck down about a foot or so I know where my hole is at. Now I got to go back up under there and get my wire. Pull this back out. This is the one that I stuck down through the floor from the breaker box. Only thing left is to run my 12 3-wire for my 3-way switches. So when you run your 3-way switches, I use 12-2 to run it hot on one end. Then I'm using 12-3, go from one switch box over to the other switch box. And then from this one, I'm using a 12-2 for the switch lead to go to the light. right on it. The overhead light 3-way. Pull the slack out, cut off at the other end. Leave a little slack in. I'm gonna put me a staple in it right there. Alright, got that one in there. I'll mark it. Overhead 3-way. Got one more pull. This will be for that outside light or that flood light. That cover stretches sometimes, so you need to cut it off. Got this other pull back over here, the other switch. Label that. Outside light or flood light 3-way. Get hard trying to get your wire down through the hole and got to fish it through. Get you a little piece of wire, or take and strip this back and get a single strand out, whatever you need to do. Push it up from the bottom and tape onto it. Got it back in there. If it don't work one way, try another way. See, I double it up, put me a loop in it, took this wire, looped it. Then I'm going to go back and tape it. It's got to come. Not coming is not an option. There you go. Shoes gonna come. Take that off, stick it in the box and label it. Label that one, outside light or flood light 3-way. So only thing I do now is strip it down, make it up, go back, put staples, staple these wires, dress it up a little bit. Also, put nail plates where it's needed.